What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. It's that time of the month again. Criterion just announced 5 new titles that they'll be releasing in the month of July. 4 of those titles are 4K releases, and one of them is a box set. Let's check them out. All right, what's going on, guys? It is a lovely Friday afternoon. Criterion just announced earlier today their July releases, and as always happens, I'm never home when they make these announcements, so I can never shoot a video right away. But I was working from a Starbucks this morning with my wife, and she took her headphones out, turned over to me, and was like, Criterion just announced their July releases. So we went and got some lunch, and now I am back at home, ready to talk some movies with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump over to the Criterion.com website. There you go. Right on the homepage, you will see a July titles announced banner. Click the shop now, of course, and then pulls up all 5 new releases right there at the top. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into the movies here. The first one is called The Watermelon Woman, which is directed by Cheryl Dunye and is available July 11th, 2023. This is the first one that's coming out at the beginning of July. It is a standard single disc Blu-ray. It is available for pre-order now. Like I said, this is directed by Cheryl Dunye, and it is about a video store clerk and aspiring director whose interest in forgotten black actresses leads her to investigate an obscure 1930s performer known as the Watermelon Woman. So this is actually Cheryl Dunye's debut feature, and it seems to be a little bit autobiographical, at least as far as a lesbian young black aspiring filmmaker goes. I don't know if she actually did this investigative research on this unknown black actress from the early 1930s called Watermelon Woman, but it definitely does seem to have a lot of her in it. I don't think it actually is a documentary, but it definitely has that vibe to it. It kind of feels like a research paper for like a young film student. This is a 1996 film, and it's only 84 minutes long, and it is spine number 1184. You've got a 2K digital restoration, a new interview with Dunye, new conversation between Dunye and artist filmmaker Martine Sims, a new conversation between Juhas and filmmaker and film scholar Thomas Allen Harris, and 6 early short films by Dunye. So 6 short films on this disc, which is very cool. This one actually sounds really cool to me. I'm very interested to check this one out. I watched the trailer down here at the bottom, which is very helpful. Thank you, Criterion, for putting all of the trailers on these pages. They don't always do that. A lot of times it's just screenshots down here, so you can kind of get a feel of what a film's going to look like. But having the full original trailer down there was super helpful for me, and I hope they continue to do that in the future. Cover art for this one is by Eric Skillman, and I really do like the cover art. I love the color scheme, and I love that hand-drawn looking portrait right there in the front. This one actually kind of matches the next film we're going to talk about with the color scheme on it, so let's go ahead and jump into that one. This is another interesting one that I know people are going to be really excited about. People have been waiting for this one. It's After Hours by director Martin Scorsese. This one's coming out also on July 11th, 2023, but this one has a 4K UHD Blu-ray combo pack as well as the standard Blu-ray single disc edition. This is a 1985 film. It is only 97 minutes and it is spine number 1185. I don't know a lot about this one, but I've heard that this is one of Martin Scorsese's earlier films that has never really gotten the recognition that it deserves. I've heard it's super underrated, and it never even got a Blu-ray release, so this is the first time it's getting a Blu-ray release, and especially the first time it's getting a 4K release. So I know people are very excited about this one. It says, desperate to escape his mind-numbing routine, uptown Manhattan office worker Paul Hackett ventures downtown for a hookup with a mystery woman. So begins the wildest night of his life as bizarre occurrences pile up with anxiety-inducing relentlessness and thwart his attempts to get home. So it's like a comedy of errors story where the guy is just trying to get home and things just keep unraveling and getting worse and worse. It sounds a lot like The Out of Towners from 1970, starring Jack Lemmon, which I watched recently and I liked quite a bit. So I'm pretty interested in this one. It also sounds kind of like a Coen Brothers type story where things just keep unraveling and unraveling and getting worse. So yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. It also has a pink and green color scheme. I love this cover art, by the way. This is very much my style. I love the monochromatic green collage background. They've got the character popping out on the front with what looks like stippling on his face, the dot pattern artwork there. And love the font, love the splash of pink all around. I really like this cover. It's one of those covers where I really hope I love the movie so I can buy it because the cover is so interesting. So we've got a new 4K digital restoration. We've got a new program featuring director Martin Scorsese interviewed by writer Franz Leibowitz. We've got an audio commentary from 2004 featuring Scorsese and other people who worked on the film. We've got a documentary on the making of the film, new program on the look of the film featuring costume designer and production designer, deleted scenes, trailer, and of course you've got an essay like Criterion always does. Cover art on this one is by Drusilla Adeline Sisterhide. And like I said, I really like the cover art there. It also has the trailer down here at the bottom. I haven't watched this trailer yet, but you can watch it right there. And there are some screenshots right here. Don't know if I'm going to watch the trailer on this one. I kind of am already interested enough by the premise that I might just go in as blind as I can and not have anything revealed for me. But that is Martin Scorsese's After Hours. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Ranown Westerns, which is a box set, 5 films directed by Bud Boetticher? Boetticher. I don't think it's Boetticher.
Budlicker! Our prices have never been lower!
Okay, stop. I'm going to go with Boetticher. Bud Boetticher. These are 5 Westerns directed by Bud Boetticher. This will be available July 18th, 2023, and it is a 4K UHD Blu-ray combo pack. 6 discs, so I'm guessing it's 3 Blu-rays and 3 4Ks? I don't exactly know how it's broken up. It doesn't say, but it seems to be a box set. It is $150, and it is on sale right now for pre-order for $120, and this is spine number 1186. It says the 5 briskly entertaining, vividly performed Westerns made by director Bud Boetticher and strapping star Randolph Scott in the second half of the 1950s transcend their B-movie origins to become rich, unexpectedly profound explorations of loyalty, greed, honor, and revenge. So this is 5 collaborations between the director and leading man, and they are all Westerns. From what it says here, these films seem to straddle the line between the more traditional Westerns and then the more subversive, revisionist Westerns of the later 1960s. So that sounds pretty cool if you're interested in those transformative years of the Western between the 50s and 60s. The 5 films included in this set are The Tall T from 1957, Decision at Sundown from 1957, Buchanan Rides Alone from 1958, Ride Lonesome from 1959, and Comanche Station from 1960. And I really like the bold, solid red and blue and green colors that make up this box set. Then you've got the trailer down here, like the other 2, and some stunning looking 4K screenshots down here at the bottom. Then we've got our special edition features. Like I said, it is a 6-disc 4K UHD box set. New 4K digital restorations by Sony Pictures Entertainment. 3 4K UHD discs, introductions to the films by filmmakers Martin Scorsese and Taylor Hackford, new introduction by a film critic and actor Randolph Scott, 3 audio commentaries, archival program featuring interviews with director Bud Boetticher, an audio conversation with Boetticher and a film scholar, a Super 8 home movie version of Comanche Station, that's awesome, trailers, and of course, you've got your essay. And the cover art was done by F. Ron Miller. Didn't mention the cover art on this one, but it does look really cool. It is not original artwork, but it is a photo of the actor that has been treated in a very pleasing way. I do like the cover on that. I wish they showed what the packaging looked like for this one. I'm assuming it's a box set because it is 6 discs, but I don't know because all we have is this image to go off. So I don't know the depth and the dimensions of the box itself. So I guess we'll see that later on down the line, but that seems like an interesting set. Again, that's called the Ranown Westerns, 5 films directed by Bud Boetticher. I hope I'm saying his name right. And then moving on, we have, here it is, Breathless, finally coming to 4K. This is one that I've held off on for a while. This is kind of one of the big tentpole Criterion films that I've always meant to get to. This is one of the big films that kickstarts the French New Wave, if I'm understanding that correctly, and it's a film by Jean-Luc Godard, and it is coming to 4K on July 18th, 2023, so another 18th release. So this is a re-release. It is getting a 4K version now, 4K UHD and Blu-ray combo pack, and obviously the Blu-ray and DVD versions are still available as well. This is a 1960 film from France. It is only 90 minutes, but apparently that is all the time he needed to completely shake up the film industry. According to this blurb right here, it says there was before Breathless and there was after Breathless. Jean-Luc Godard burst onto the film scene in 1960 with this jazzy, freeform, and sexy homage to the American film genres that inspired him as a writer. With its lack of polish, surplus of attitude, anything goes crime narrative, and effervescent young stars. Breathless helped launch the French New Wave and ensured that cinema would never be the same. So it doesn't really tell you anything about the movie itself, but it definitely builds up the hype. And I'm very excited to finally watch this. I think this is one that I definitely will be picking up if not in July, shortly thereafter. I did watch the trailer on this one, but the trailer also, just like that blurb, doesn't reveal anything about the story. But it was a very intriguing trailer, and I recommend you check it out. And there are also some incredible looking screenshots over here. I'm not sure if these are taken from the 4K restoration or if these are just the standard screenshots that they were already showing, but they definitely look really, really nice. And I'm excited to check this out on 4K because 4K seems to really benefit black and white films. So looking forward to that. 4K UHD Blu-ray special features. We've got the 4K restoration, obviously. Interviews with the director and actors. 2 video essays. A 1993 French documentary about the making of Breathless. A 1959 short film by Goddard featuring Belmondo. Trailer and an essay by scholar Dudley Andrew, probably the same essay that is in the Blu-ray version. Cover art is the same cover art. It's by Rodrigo Coral, and it is simply just a typographical cover art. The big question I have on this one is it going to be a digipack again? I know the Blu-ray is a digipack, and they have, in the past, they've done it both ways. I know Dazed and Confused was a digipack when it was a Blu-ray, and then when they released the 4K version, it also got a digipack. But Night of the Living Dead was a digipack for the Blu-ray, and then when they re-released it for the 4K release, it just got a standard jewel case, and they didn't go the extra mile and make that digipack for the 4K edition. So I don't know what they're going to do for this. I assume it'll probably get the digipack treatment because this is one of their heavy hitter films, but who knows?
I've seen it both ways.
We'll find out later on when we get more images about the packaging. But that's Breathless. I don't need to say much about that one. That is one of the big ones, and I think everyone is familiar with it. If not, check it out on the website. It's right here. And the last one is One False Move from Carl Franklin, available July 25th, 2023, 4K UHD and Blu-ray combo pack, and also a single disc Blu-ray edition available for pre-order. Lots of 4Ks. It seems like Criterion is really steering in to the 4Ks this time. Almost all of them are 4Ks except for Watermelon Woman, and even the box set with 5 films is 4K and Blu-ray. So it seems like that is very much the future of Criterion. This is a film from 1992. It's 105 minutes. A lot of short films this time around, I'm noticing. All about right around 90 minutes, 95 minutes. This is, of course, my number 1187. This seems to be a slow burn detective movie. It says a small town police chief concealing an explosive secret and a pair of ruthless drug dealers who leave a bloody trail in their wake as they make their way from Los Angeles to Arkansas, and an enigmatic woman caught in the middle. So the small town police chief in this is played by Bill Paxton, and it says a masterclass in slow burn tension thanks to the nuanced direction of Carl Franklin, whose haunting debut feature travels a crooked road across America's most fraught divisions. So this is the debut feature of Carl Franklin. It stars Bill Paxton as the small town police chief. This doesn't immediately appeal to me. It doesn't seem like my thing, but it does seem like it might be my wife's thing, who's a big crime film fan, so I may end up seeing this with her after all. For special features, we've got a new 4K digital restoration, audio commentary from 1999 featuring the director, new conversation between the director and co-writer actor Billy Bob Thornton. That's another thing I didn't mention. The co-writer of this film is Billy Bob Thornton, which is really cool. Trailer, and then of course an essay by William Boyle. Cover art is by Vlad Rodriguez. This is a 1992 film. I keep joking on this channel about how I need to watch more 1992 films because I haven't seen any films at all that aren't children's films from the year of my birth, 1992. I actually did just watch The Player from 1992 and really enjoyed it. That's on the Criterion channel right now if you want to check it out. Highly recommend it. So I am starting to watch more 90s movies, but yeah, I was a kid during that decade, so I did not see very many good movies. Trailer is down here at the bottom, as well as these screenshots. Look how young Bill Paxton is. Wow. So there it is. That is One False Move, directed by Carl Franklin. And that is it. That is all 5 titles that Criterion will be releasing in the month of July. Thanks for hanging out with me while I took a look at the new releases. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you think of the choices, and I'll be back with more Criterion content real soon.